Eddie, just an update on where we are with Usyk and Anthony Joshua in the rematch. Obviously, with such a focus on the whole Dillian White Tyson Fury situation, kind of not that the talk's gone quiet, but it's kind of taken second fiddle for the last couple of weeks. Just sort of where we are.
Just really looking at potential sites. Got meetings next week around the world to look at where that fight might take place. I'd love it to take place in London. I think it will take place in May, and we'll speak to Alex Krasov and get that nailed on, and hopefully get it announced before the end of the month.
What sort of stuff has been said between you and Alex and Usyk's team? Because obviously they were keen for the Tyson Fury fight. Now that hasn't landed, I mean, are they still as keen to just put the Joshua stuff to bed?
To be honest, you know, the situation was Usyk preferred the AJ fight. Really, he was contracted to that. That's what he thought. Look, I'll do that, then I'll look at to fight someone else if I win that fight. AJ preferred the Usyk fight, but we got approached. A plan might have made sense, and everyone was willing to discuss that plan. Then when it fell through, it was just a conversation with me and Alex like 10 days ago to say, right, come on then, let's get our one moving. It was like, yeah, cool. You know, we've got a great relationship with Alex. Aegis, they're great to work with, easy to work with. We all know what we've got to do. Now we just got, you know, it's not like we've got to do a deal. Deal's done. We've just got to decide where it's going to take place, and that.
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn, as you heard him say that Oleksandr Usyk preferred the Joshua fight first, and so did Joshua. Let me counterpunch. That's believable. Okay, it's believable because Usyk and his team said that no, we will keep our word and we will keep the contractual agreement. Okay, we will keep that regardless of what's being rumored, regardless of what the WBC wanted Tyson Fury to do, which Tyson Fury and his team did nothing at the window of time that they're supposed to have done it. Okay, you got to keep that in mind. And they said they were going to fight Anthony Joshua again because that's what the first contract said. It was in writing, okay, and that was that. Of course, Anthony Joshua has been training to defeat Usyk because Usyk defeated him, okay? That's his task at hand, okay? And the question I have, though, is when the deal was sent over. Because, I mean, we only started hearing about step-aside money maybe early January, first week of January, that this deal or a possible deal could take place, that Anthony Joshua would step aside. And then we heard he did step aside. Then he came out saying, no, I didn't step aside. So it was a lot that was going on in the midst of truth versus not truth, right? Also, I think that with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua would have to take the deal in order for Usyk to fight him. Okay, so it's like a step-by-step basis. So if Anthony Joshua didn't decide, but at the same time they're trying to see if they can iron out a deal because, you know, that's smart because you want to cover all areas and you don't want to wait until that thing because time was of the essence. But everything fell through. It just wasn't one thing. It was everything. Okay, and when opportunities present itself, and like I told you guys about Oleksandr Usyk, you know, he said to a group of children, if you guys can remember, he was one of the public speakers there, motivational or whatnot, and he was saying that he mentioned Tyson Fury, and he said, well, if I fight Joshua, or if I fight Tyson Fury. So it was up in the air. It was up in the air then, you know, and it's out of the air now. Because as you heard Eddie Hearn say, it's just a matter of where it's going to take place. It's already in writing, so there's nowhere else to go but back to each other. So we already know what's going on with Tyson Fury and Dillian White. But with these two guys, Usyk and Joshua, it's a reckoning because, you know, people want to see if Joshua can improve. We want to see if he has the dog left. We want to see if he's not spent. We want to see if Usyk can do it again. We want to see if Usyk can knock out AJ. We want to see if he can change up his style. We want to see both of these guys do something different, you know, or something. Okay, so we're just waiting to see what's happening with that. But the preference belongs to Anthony Joshua in terms of Oleksandr Usyk, because Oleksandr Usyk knows where the money's coming. You know, the Saudis will come in with that big money and it's tempting and everything like that, but everybody has to be on the same page, which they were not. So this is what we had, you know, and again, what Eddie Hearn said, it's absolutely believable because that's exactly what Usyk said. You know, Usyk said, well, hey, I'm going to fight him again, you know, and I keep my word, and that's that. Unless things change, which it appeared to change. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that Usyk preferred the Anthony Joshua fight first. But of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.